What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and welcome to the Spec Ops 26 task list. In this series of videos, we'll go through all 25 tasks of the current Spec Ops. So let's go ahead and get started right now. For task number 1 of Coming of Age, you have to defeat 8 HYDRA soldiers. You can find them in Mission 1, and right away you should have no trouble fighting 3. By the way, for myself, I also was doing the deploys in this one. That way I'll have no trouble getting 2 stars of mastery, which you're going to need later. But anyways, after you fight your first 3, before long you should see a threat that contains 5 HYDRA soldiers. That's where we are right now. And after we complete this, we'll have task number 1 out of the way. Now as you're fighting through this Spec Ops, you may just want to choose a team that has the best bonus. For example, a team like Anti-Venom and Hybrid. For me, I do tend to jump around, and at first I'm going with my main man, Iron Patriot. He is a wave clearing machine all by himself, so that's why I love using him and his 21 gun salute. But later, tragedy strikes, so I will end up going with Anti-Venom and Hybrid. For the Spec Ops in general, I have to say, I'm really impressed. That is with the alternate costume rewards. I think they're going to be pretty fun to use, and I especially look forward to Hulk. However, I didn't pay close enough attention to the article, and I was wondering, where are the costumes for the other Avengers? Don't worry, they're coming, and I'll explain that in just a second. But first, moving on to task number 2. Oh, and you only get 100 experience for task 1. But for task number 2, you have to retrieve Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. What they mean for this one is you have to defeat them. They're mini bosses in Mission 1. So you will find them in your current Spec Ops mission. Just clear enough threats and they should appear. After that, simply knock them out like any other mini boss and you'll get credit for this. First up, we're going to fight Scarlet Witch. Then, like I was saying about the alternate costumes, so I went back and reread the article the other day, and I know many of you already know, but for those of you who weren't sure, they said they are going to give a new uniform to Captain America, Black Widow, Thor, Hawkeye, Vision, Quicksilver, and Scarlet Witch. However, these releases will go beyond the duration of the Spec Ops and into the summer. So I actually think I prefer it that way, rather than them releasing them all at once. For one, it'll give everyone more time to gather CP. And 2, it's going to make it easier to focus on each Avenger in their own videos. Now as far as this fight you're seeing, I really didn't expect this. It went pretty crazy, and Iron Patriot actually goes down. So as you can imagine, I was upset. And what I decided was, we're not even going to mess around with Quicksilver. Though I know that crazy backfire proc stuff can happen against him. And as far as Wanda, she really needs to pay. So we're going to use a hailstorm, and then we'll knock her out. Okay, well honestly, I wish my Scarlet Witch got backfire procs like this. Then she would be unstoppable. Well, at least she's gone, and now for the HYDRA soldier. Our counterattack should do him in. That is, if they don't all backfire first. But hey, our second one does land. Due to bad luck, that one actually ended up being kind of challenging. Let's make sure that doesn't happen again. Oh, by the way, in both of these mini-boss fights, they do have team-ups, but you don't have to use them. So for this second battle, we're bringing in Anti-Venom and Hybrid. These two should make very quick work out of the enemies, and they're going to give us a high team-up bonus. So what's not to like? Plus, since he is a scrapper, he's enraging both of my bruisers. Also, for that Vortex Lariat, he does take a counter. After that, one of the HYDRA cannons also going to take a counter. And now it's my agent's turn. We'll begin with the hailstorm, because if there's any dot Quicksilver hates, it's bleeding. Right away he comes back to the tag team and takes a bleeding proc. So with our actual attack, we'll finish him off with the Blade of the Guardian. Unfortunately, Hybrid's going to be stunned, but we can take out the other cannon with a Crusade. This only leaves one, and he will die to bleeding. So there you have it, that's how you retrieve Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Simply fight them like a normal battle. After this, you're going to get another 100 experience, and then there's a few easy tasks, which I personally enjoy. In fact, for task number 3, all you have to do is complete 2 flight deck missions. They can be any hero and any length of flight. We do happen to already have our flights out, so when the time is up, simply collect them, and then you're done. You will get 200 experience for this one, and then you can move on to task number 4. For Fighter's Fuel, you have to collect 10 unstable ISO-8. And I know this is like a broken record, but my gifts are down once again, so I cannot collect daily gifts. Luckily, I can still get 10 by visiting my allies' maps. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll be right back. Once completed, you'll get 1000 silver, and then you can move on to task number 5. It's time to fight the end boss of Mission 1, Baron Strucker. And for this one, you're going to get a special reward, the Advanced Encryption component. As you may have suspected, this is going to be needed for your research. So just keep that in mind, and hopefully we're going to be lucky enough to win more of these, because we're going to need quite a few to complete the set. By the way, the team up for this one was Black Panther, and you have to use him. So when I think of Black Panther, I think of Storm. This team up really is quite good. And they'll make quick work of any enemies. Still, just because of the amount of waves, I'm going to speed this one up just a little bit. Then after this, I can tell you there's only going to be one more task, and it's going to be our first research. As always, I'll have all the tasks split up into different videos, and then after that we'll have some Hulkbuster coverage, the epic event with the Hulk, plus his simulator challenge, and you better believe I'll be showing off his new costume as soon as I get it. So make sure you subscribe, that way you can keep up on all future videos. The best news about these Spec Op rewards are we don't have to level these heroes. I already have them at level 14. So as soon as I get them, I'm taking them straight into PvP. I cannot wait for Hulk and Iron Man to smash. Then we'll see how soon they release the next Age of Ultron costume. I'm hoping they're not going to be that much CP, but I would think they're going to be at least 48, if not 60. So make sure you save up and farm Chapter 12 Mission 2. If you're wondering about other CP farming missions, I am going to put out a top 5 CP farming spots video, so I'll at least share with you my favorite spots. I also think they're technically the most efficient, but I may be off on number 5. I think I'm going to put a very recent mission though at number 5, so that is somewhat of a hint. Other than that, there's a lot that I want to do, and I can't wait for this upcoming summer. It should be very epic. Now as for this video, since we are on Strucker, it won't be too much longer now. But let's go ahead and restore all our stamina with the Christmas cookies. Then after using Vibranium Daggers, we'll use Anti-Metal Claws, and we get a follow-up attack. This will trigger some dialogue about Ultimatum, and we do learn some backstory on that throughout this Spec Ops. But remember Flag Smasher and his grunts? Boy, those guys were a pain. As far as this story part, it's going to be longer than the rest of this battle will be. So yes, we are coming to the end of this one. Like I said, Storm and Black Panther make a great team. They don't exactly have great synergy, but they are fantastic heroes. They could both be considered underrated and underused. But enough about my love for these two. We're going to go ahead and use a Chain Lightning, or just a Lightning, but you know what I meant. And then after Baron Strucker attacks, he will be countered to death. That's it for the boss of Mission 1 in Spec Ops 26. By the way, when this came out, did you do the hashtag SpecOp drop? That's okay because I forget myself. But here it is, our new armory upgrade item, the Portable Arc Reactor. But first, we do need to research it. So, that advanced encryption component's going to be necessary, and then we can go ahead to the lab. Once there, we'll see how much unstable ISO-8 we need, and how long it's going to take. It looks like 8 hours and 40 unstable ISO-8. So let's go ahead and get that one started, and that's where we'll end this video. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. Then until next time, good luck, and take care.